I had a conversation with my mentor, the 4-year-old ECT Fatima, discussing the questions from On Track, On Prac from Box 3. It went well. We discussed how she has been at the centre as an ECT for the past 5 years. She expressed that it has been challenging yet rewarding, and she has gained a lot of knowledge, and her philosophy and perspective on the early childhood sector has changed dramatically. The main points that we discussed were children's behaviours and how families perceive, acknowledge and build a trusting network with Fatima and the service. She explained how she's been able to gain a better understanding through personal development sessions and through the help of the preschool field officers. We discussed the socio-economic status affecting the children's development by language and communication skills being neglected at home due to caregivers not having enough time to spend with their children due to having to work full-time. The key points and takeaways from my discussion with Fatima would be how important it is to have a trusting relationship and open communication with families of the children that's in your care, to be able to help the children you need to build a network around them. Being open and honest with the children's progression, whether it's talking about their strengths or weaknesses, all parties that need to be on the same page. Seeking extra support and guidance from the people around you. You may need to seek advice and help with areas that you aren't so confident in, so seeking extra support through people you work with that can help and guide you in the right direction is important. Not dealing with every situation alone and looking after your own mental health. How the cohort of children in their behaviour has changed over the years since COVID, and also due to the socio-economic status currently. Household dynamics have changed, which means both caregivers working full-time and not being able to spend enough time with their children, which causes language and communication skills being neglected at home. So educators are having to spend more time on developing these skills so children are able to regulate and communicate effectively. Throughout this conversation with Fatima, I learned a lot. She has taught me the importance of connection and communication with not just the children you are teaching, but their families and support systems. During the discussion, I had reflected on my own practices, and we spoke about different ways in building communication and connection with families, such as allowing them a voice within the program, asking them questions on drop-off and pick-up, having a question box within the room they are able to add to, and asking them if they would like to come in and help with activities such as cooking and story time. We went on to discuss how open communication builds trusting relationships with the families and helps with their transition to school and helps them develop their skills through the children's interests. In the YouTube video, Teachers and Parents Relationships, Cecile Carroll speaks about her child's teacher handing out a survey to take home to fill out so she is able to learn more about the child's personality and learning styles. This is another way I would implement communication with my families so we can all be on the same page with the children's learning. We also went on to discuss the importance of using the support systems you have around you for advice. She spoke highly of her educational leader always being there for her when she may have questions on how to implement something into the program, but she's not quite sure how, or gaining different perspectives and more ideas for activities from a 3-year-old ECT in the service. We also spoke about the different personal development sessions she has done since becoming an ECT, and how many they have helped her gain more knowledge and insight into her teachings. This also aligns with the document Bringing Theory and Practice Together, because according to McArdle, Gibson and Zollo, you can collect tools by watching your supervising teacher, watching other teachers, reading, reflecting and documenting. What interested me most about our conversation was how Fatima feels like children's language and communication skills are being neglected at home, to the lack of time families have to spend with the children. So educators are having to spend more time on building and developing these skills. When I thought about this statement, I agree with her that children are needing more support with communication skills and are needing different ways to help them regulate their emotions. For my future teachings, I would like to learn more about how, as an educator, I can help provide caregivers with the skills to prioritise this with their children in a fun and positive way at home that won't take up too much time. Through my bachelor degree, I'll partake in a literacy and language subject that will help guide and develop my skills to do this. So I can speak with my educational leader and ECT at my service so they can provide some tips and skills to be able to put this into practice and point me in the right direction to seek further help from skilled workers within the area. They can give me advice such as speech therapists and occupational therapists. During the conversation with Fatima, I felt excited because I had learn a lot about different ways to expand my knowledge and continue to progress through different personal development sessions. After the conversation, I had some time to reflect and I felt a wave of emotions about my mental health becoming an ECT. It made me reflect on my position and how much time we spend caring for and developing children. And it's important to take a step back and get the support we need and looking after ourselves. I think this made me feel nervous because you hear lots in the media about how teachers don't often stay in the industry for a long time because of the workload and behaviours of students and families. And for me, getting my bachelor degree has been a huge goal of mine for some time, so I want to make sure I don't burn out or my mental health isn't affected so I can stay in the industry for a long time. The conversation prompted me to think about how important it is to reflect on your own teachings, your philosophy, and having mental health check-ins, as well with yourself and reflecting with mentors and co-workers. According to Ridali, internal listening encourages us to listen to others, but in turn is generated when others listen to us. This will not only help you, but it will help you become a better listener and educator to your students and their support systems.